Hey, be a squid and subscribe to my mediocrity. What's up, everybody? Today we are answering questions from the Olvia servers. As you guys may or may not know, I have returned to BDO for a little bit. I doubt it'll be for very long, but Guardian's coming out and I was getting bored, you know? Anyway, I've been helping a lot of new players with getting into BDO. I've been taking the trees, grinding with them, having them pick up trash loot so that way they can get some money in their pockets, answering all their many questions, and I mean, god damn, they have so many questions. This really shows me how little BDO holds your hand, and maybe it needs to change because the amount of people that are struggling with this game is goddamn amazing. It's crazy. So before we start, let me say that I can't answer everything with amazing detail because this video would be like 2 hours long and probably even longer. So I will be answering these to the best of my ability to conserve your time. Starting out with probably the most confusing fucking question, because I did not know new players cared so much, but people were asking me a lot on how to get started with fishing, and this is basically the blanket question, but more specifically people were asking me, what do I need to get started, where are the best spots, do I need a boat, stuff like that. So we'll start with what you need to get going. Starting out, you need a Balinose fishing rod. No question asked, it is the best rod NA and anywhere, realistically. Actually, it is the best thing ever. Don't even at me, because I can and will kill you in BDO, of course. Next, you will need fishing clothes for experience gain and auto fishing time. Personally, I got mine at +2, but you can get, base clothes and be fine until you want to invest in an upgrade. My advice though, don't go past +2 because it's a waste in my personal opinion. Just don't. Everything else is sort of subjective in my opinion, like fishing outfits from the Pearl Shop or pets. These are nice to have, but you don't need them at all. Next question is, where are the best spots for fishing? And this question is something I cannot answer because it would ruin the fishing spots for other people as well as yourself. There's a resource meter for each fishing spot, and the more people at that spot will make the fish less abundant, which means longer fishing times and just overall more tedious experience. This is really awful for a lot of people. So for the sake of just not fucking anybody over, including yourself, go to the ocean. That is the best spot to fish. That's where I'm fishing all the time. I've never fished on the land because I find it completely worthless. Some people have hidden spots and I know about them, but I'm not going to expose them, and I don't care about it anyway because I fish in the ocean. So that's my advice. You can't fuck up the ocean because literally it's the ocean. Next question, do I need a boat? Yes, that is all. Next question, how do I get better gear fast? And the answer is you don't, because BDO is not a game you can speed run. Everything is hard work and dedication and very time consuming, so just get that in your mind right now. Take the time to learn the game, go through the story mode, have a bit of fun, figure out what you like. If you're a life skiller, spend time leveling your life skills so you can make your money from cooking, processing, etc. If you prefer to grind mobs for money, then find spots that work for your AP brackets. If you're around 150 to 160, go to Gaha's Bandits. You can easily make 50 mil at Gaha's with that kind of AP. This is such a hard thing to answer most of the time because a lot of people ask this question, and there's no quick easy way to do this. Even if you have the best luck in the world, you still have to rely on the speed of the market. If you hit a pen dandy, right, you have to assume that that's gonna sit on there for maybe a couple days, hell, maybe even a week. I knew a buddy that had a pen dandy for a DK, and he sat on that for a month in the market. He even had to drop it to the lowest bid, and even then it still sat on there for a couple weeks. There is no fast gain to money or gear. And as I just said, this answer also applies to the next question, which is just how to make money fast. And once again, you don't. I'll hit you with some numbers real quick just so you can get an understanding. So I'm a 261 endgame Zerker. At the best I can do is like, what, 250 million a day via grinding. In theory, let's do a little bit of theory talk, right? If you grind from, let's say, 7 a.m. all the way till 6 p.m., which is like 11 hours, right? At my AP levels, I can pull almost 2k trash loot in an hour at trees, aka Mirmock Ruins. Let's do worst case scenario, we'll do like 1500. So 1500 tree trash loot is worth 26,250,000. Now we times that by 11 hours, we get 288,750,000. Which, fucking Christ, we need new grind spots. That is terrible. Anyway, if I can only make close to 300 million in 11 hours just from grinding mobs, why would a new player be even remotely close to doing something like that? I'm at end game, bro, and that's the best I can do solo. Obviously, I left out, like, Krogdalo stones and Voltara belt drops. In 11 hours, you can definitely pull a couple of those, so more or less adjusting to that would probably be more on the line of like maybe 5 to 600 million within 11 hours. But even still, that's insanity. So, having that knowledge, your expectation as like a level 45 shy, you are not pulling 300 million in 2 hours. You're just not. With all that garbage being said, you have to adjust your expectations to what you can do. If all you can pull out is Gaha's 50 million, that's good for where you're at. I'm serious, that's actually good. 50 million a day times 30 is what, 1.5 billion? So you're good. That's 1.5 bill a month. That's a piece of tech gear every single month. I know that seems absurd, but for BDO, that speed is actually pretty okay. This game is about how much can you do in either 1 hour or a couple of hours, because grinding for 11 hours is severely unrealistic, and this is coming from a person who's actually done that and has the time to do that. For a normal person, that's retarded. So your best bet is to go to spots daily and test what spots work for your AP brackets. There are also like charts and spreadsheets via the internet that give stats on these spots, but majority of these rely on PC statistics, which very, very different from console. Trust me, they are very different. I play on PC and I play on console. Dude, they are not the same. They are not the same by any degree. This is even applying to life skills. They are not the same. So I mean, while you can sort of look at them and maybe it's what's to come for console, but as of right now, they are not even remotely on the same playing field. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. And that's just another little tidbit that I kind of want to mention. Whenever you watch a guide, make sure it's a console guide, because if it's not, it's obviously not going to apply to console whatsoever, because either the market has been oversaturated or there's going to be a lot of differences and discrepancies between console and PC. Not only that, whenever you do watch a guide, you have to understand that if somebody tells you, oh, if you want to make a lot of money, sell this on the marketplace, a lot of people probably did that and dropped the market, so you are no longer able to do that. That's another reason why doing guides for BDO is extremely hard, because if you give too much information, you fuck everybody over. A lot of people don't understand that, and people are still making guides. You need to stop. Anyway, next question. Should I go Succession or Awakening? To be honest, I'm not the best person to ask this question because I've not really messed with Succession at all since I've returned. I do know, though, from talking to a lot of people and in like my inner circle and whatnot, Succession is pretty much like preferential on most classes, and then there are some that definitely absolutely need it. Example, Zerker, really dependent on Succession. Awakening is trash, and as much as it pains me to say that as an Awakening Zerker, it is really bad. We are missing so many mobility options, we're missing so many damage options, we're missing damage in general. I mean, Awakening isn't even that great on PC, so you have to understand that depending on what you're playing and what you're trying to do, Succession may be good for you or it may not be that great. I'll use another example, Musa. Succession, pretty good PvP, PvE, pretty good as well, but overall, Awakening is kind of the same thing. PvP, I think Succession does a lot better, but you can still clap cheeks within Awakening, so either which you go with will work. Best advice is to do some research on your class and figure out what's good for what. If you want a PvP, make sure you check out and see that if this is viable for PvP. Sometimes it doesn't really matter, it all will work, and it's just preference, so do some research. Last question is, should I enhance, and how do I get started with enhancing? Now, I am super biased and totally am against enhancing. I fucking hate it. I think it's stupid, I think it's predatory, I think it is a great way to get people to consider buying things on the market, because the more you want it, the less your wallet and money seems important. So I don't like it. I really don't. Disagree or agree, I don't fucking care. Everything I have on my character is from silver except my dim tree and Bassi belt, and even then it can sort of be attributed to silver because I bought a duo Bassi belt and zero stacked it to try because I'm an idiot and I didn't know what fail stacking was. And as for dim tree, I bought it off of the night vendor for a super cheap price, and I enhanced it all the way to try and then shotgunned it to Tet on a 45 stack. So yeah, I mean, majority of it is still attributed to silver, but for the most part, I enhanced these two by either complete tomfoolery or I just was bored. Once you get to a comfortable position in BDO, you can actually start just throwing money at the wall because you don't need it anymore. You need it for your basic things in terms of like buying pots or buffs and stuff like that, but those are relatively like maybe 50 mil in total per week, and they'll last you forever. And that's sort of like the benchmark you need to keep in mind, is that you need to be able to grind. So if you blow up all your gear trying to enhance, you lose the ability to grind. So my advice on how to get started with enhancing: fucking don't. If you really do want to do that, once you want to start doing profit stuff, I'll refer you to this guide right here. But outside of enhancing for profit, don't do it. It's fucking not worth it. You're gonna get emotionally attached to your gear, and you're gonna be really sad whenever it blows up, and you're gonna lose it. You're gonna pen roulette or even tet roulette, even try roulette, and you're going to want to die. So just don't. But okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to answer. That's pretty much all the questions that I got. These were like the same 80 questions that I got every hour on the hour. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.